Lately, the architect has been obsessed with the idea of green. It's become a new ideology, which is very superficial. We don't believe that a green facade make a building sustainable, and the concept of sustainability is actually very complex, a very complex one.
Yes, this is precisely what DAS is aiming for: how to apply sustainable solutions in every project, but throughout the design process. And in order to achieve a critical position towards architecture, DAS opened a research department and invited Julien and me to be part of it.
In this research department, we try to think outside of the box. And we try to imagine the city as a living organism and try to figure out what the city will dream of. How will the city like to breathe, to socialize, to grow, to move?
Yes. In contrast, we ask ourselves what the dream of a car would be, and probably will lean towards a pedestrian-free city with nice and wide roads, so it could drive at high speeds. But we can't keep on designing cities mainly for the car. So this is what this project is about: balancing these two opposite visions.
Another thing which is very important for us is that we don't believe that the architects should impose their idea of how the city should be. We do believe in citizen empowerment. In this project, this is a citizen organization that contact us and ask us for a new alternative for public space in the Mexico City.
We began by analyzing the street as part of this public space. In Mexico, the parking spaces on the street are currently only benefiting those who have a private car, which is only 20% of the population. With this in mind, we searched for a pilot project that could decrease the importance of a car and return the street to the pedestrians.
This is basically the idea of the Parklets that arose in San Francisco. Some citizens decided to use the parking spot in front of the house to make it a public space to share with the community. So it's a very simple idea, and it has a big success there.
But when we try to implement this simple idea to the Mexican context, some obstacles arose quickly. Legally, it's not possible to park anything on the street that is not a car. On the other side, the parking meters only allow a parking time of 3 hours maximum. And thirdly, there are people that are privatizing the car and charging for parking spaces there.
So if if the only thing that can stay on the public road according to the law is a vehicle, we decided to put the parklets on wheels with a license plate and lightings, and we made some mobile parklets.
Yeah, the implementation strategy is quite easy. We get rid of 3 of the cars that are in the way of public space, and then we place mobile trailer cars over which the parklet would be developed later.
The challenge was not only to make those trailer cars into an attractive public park, but the challenge was to be able to deploy and remove them in a very short time. It can be set up in 20 minutes with the help of 3 people. And it sounded like a transformer with a foldable element or movable element.
Yes, some of these models were meant for vegetation. The ones in blue are sitting areas. Other areas were for children, like the yellow ones, and the entrances are marked here in red.
According to us, a successful public space lies not only in a nice design, but in the program of those spaces. So to make it attractive and used by a wide range of public, we add different kind of gadgets like bike racks, Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, and a playground.
Yes, here you can see the parklet in its first location. And from the street view, you can see the tires, and this is intentionally so the police cannot tow it away. And we use recyclable elements like materials with high, low maintenance and high durability.
The central space is totally open, and it can be used for all kind of activities. And on the other end, on the trailer cars itself, we try to develop different kind of special experiences and more intimacy.
Yes, The children, as you can see here, were the first ones to jump into the parklet and understand immediately what it was for. They just started playing and jumping around. Adults took a bit longer to grasp what it was about, but eventually they all understood that it was theirs and they could just use it.
And since the parklets were mobile, we decided to organize a big tour in all this district of Mexico City. So the project became more social. The idea was to raise the community's awareness of public space appropriation.
Yes, there were places in which this awareness was more needed than in others. Here you can see the parklet in Gustavo Amadero district. This is an area known that really lacks quality public spaces, and in this sense, the people started to understand what it was about and that they could also push for this kind of spaces.
And very quickly, the parklets in each district became a spot for socialization. People came to have coffee, children came after school, some teenager in the evening. And it was very nice for us to see that they appropriate the project.
Yes, this was our main objective, to make people aware that small changes don't always need a huge budget and that anybody can improve their common environment. So you are all welcome to share your ideas with us, and we'll be happy to help you achieve your city dreams. Thank you.
Thank you.